Dear Greg, for some time my husband has been going to bed later than I do, and I didn't think much about it until a few weeks ago when I found an icon on his computer that led to a pornography site. I couldn't believe it. I never thought he'd do something like that. When I confronted him, he said it was nothing, something he'd opened out of curiosity once. But I was suspicious, so a friend showed me how to do some detective work on his computer, and it turns out that he's been going for months to dozens of porn sites. I'm really hurt and mad. He lied to me, and I feel like he's been cheating on me. What should I do now?
It's quite understandable that you feel wounded. As your husband uses pornography, he is cheating on you. But if you keep feeling hurt and angry, you'll only make both of you miserable. So, let's look more closely at what he's doing and see if we can come up with some way for you to react that would be more productive. It would be easy to look at his use of pornography as a personal offense. After all, when you married him, he promised to be sexually faithful to you. And the use of pornography is a clear violation of that vow. There are no excuses for his behavior. So you do have a right to be offended. You do. You have a right to do anything. You have a right to stick your head in a toilet too. But you always need to ask this important question. Would this make me or other people happy? No. Sticking your head in a toilet doesn't produce happiness, and neither does being offended or, frankly, being angry for any reason at all. Anger is a poison that will immediately remove any possibility for happiness straight out of your life. And it will have that effect on anyone around you too. So sure, you can go ahead and be angry, but we've all proven over thousands, millions of experiences where that gets us every time. No matter how right you are, no matter how wrong the other person is, has being angry or offended ever made you happy, contented, or genuinely joyful? Never. So let's look at another way for you to think about what's happened and is still happening, because if you can learn to see something in a different way, you can almost automatically, virtually without effort, begin to feel differently about that thing and then react differently to it, hopefully much more productively. So let's ask an important question. Why does your husband use pornography? He's trying to fill up an emptiness in his life. The lack of real love in his life, a lifelong lack, has created an emptiness so huge that he's in pain all the time. All his life, he's used various forms of imitation love to fill up that hole and decrease his pain. We all do that. He's used praise, power, money, whatever. Unfortunately, none of those things made him feel better for long, so he's been stuck in a never-ending pursuit of them. Who knows when his use of pornography started, perhaps long ago, but it's just another form of imitation love for him. It's no different than an obsession with work or overeating or chocolate or alcohol or whatever. It really has very little to do with you. Now, you could confront him about his behavior and demand a change, but what good would that do? You'd be asking him to give up one of the only things that he's found to temporarily treat his pain. If you really want to make a difference, you'll have to address the cause of the pain. How will you do that? Let's talk about that in our next session.